am Brad Devaney with Litespeed Titanium, responsible for research, design, and development with the company, and I'd like to show you my new baby, the Litespeed ARCHON Composite. Litespeed is long known for its titanium developments, titanium products, and being a company not only of titanium but one that pushes the elite level of cycling performance. We wanted to create a new Pro Tour level flagship bike in composites. We have been designing composite bikes for a good number of years in other brands, but we wanted to do that for the Litespeed brand to push the, as I've mentioned, the Pro Tour level of performance. To take our titanium ARCHON design and reproduce it with all the benefits and advantages of composites. First was material selection. We've gone out and made a big commitment to a 60-ton composite layup. This also has it's a very high modulus composite, but it also has a nanotech resin system within it. This is truly Formula One technology in the bicycle business. Beyond the raw material selection, it's our use of it and how we've used many of the Litespeed titanium design principles and performance characteristics, and eking that out with all the benefits of carbon. It definitely changes the design process, and I'll explain some of the details there. With our titanium model, we had a very unique, very functional box section top tube to enhance head tube stiffness. The nice thing about carbon, we can blend our wrap and joining of tubes, also thinning in certain proportions, improving aerodynamics, finding every ounce of speed without any weight, any cost of extra weight. This new ARCHON composite has what we call aerologic features throughout. As an example, an integrated seat mast, eliminating excess hardware in the seats and seat post adjustment area. And one thing that's been typical with most bikes with an integrated seat mast in an aero form is a very harsh ride quality. Being a designer and a company always known for excellent ride quality with our titanium, we created design features within the bike, such as this box sectioned area here with a thinned top tube profile and a very thin seat stay profile to give us the ability to tune the ride. After the creation of the molds and the shapes, we've worked long and hard with our layup schedules to enhance and create the vertical compliance that we were looking for, all while having necessary stiffness and performance at the bottom bracket and the head tube. We didn't want to have the stiffness needed at the pedals and translate that straight into the rider and have a very inefficient bike. As we would move through this tuning zone of the seat stay, a nice thing about carbon is that it lets us take less functional areas of the tube and add those free little touches of speed with that aerologic technology that I talked about before. Sort of a trademark in Litespeed, we created the first asymmetric chainstay designs to enhance drivetrain stiffness because there's an imbalance of load. Well, on the drive side of the bike, typically in the titanium bikes, it's under a tremendous amount of compression. We would use a unique tube form to handle the compression. With carbon, we have to add material, and this is quite different than how we would design an asymmetric stay in titanium, but it's focusing on the material we're using and giving the best possible benefit from it. It's not a carbon copy of our titanium, it's the design intent and performance that we've duplicated. This is a little edgier geometry, a couple of millimeters higher in the bottom bracket, a few millimeters shorter in the chainstay. We've got a cutout here, an aero profile around the back wheel. Also, we put those aero enhancements in logical ways. For instance, where the water bottle is always mounted, we haven't brought the aero profile to a point for that clean airflow off the tube where the bottle is. Rather than crash it into the bottle, we're accentuating flow around that always necessary item on the bike. Beyond the frame set and the level of composite used, we also created our own fork to complement the ride. This fork uses a 1.5 by 1 1/8 internal bearing system It's a really interesting thing that we've done with the frame, so that you can use press-fit headsets. At the elite level, we always assume that we're going to use a Chris King or a Cane Creek, one of the name brand headsets, rather than the lower cost drop-in internal systems that we've seen in a lot of composite and aluminum bikes. We've definitely raised the bar in being able to use the best headsets in the business. What we call C1 technology in this new launch, it comes as a frame set and could be custom built with any range of components that your dealer might offer. New for 2010 is our Litespeed ARCHON Composite, and get out to your dealer and ride one.